to put it simply. There's some more components to it, but for us, regular people, it just entails basically a username and password. With this change, however, users will now be able to manage their own passwords. Initially, you'll have to work with your regional folks in order to maybe get in if you have not yet access managed ISIS. But for the most part, if you have already been in ISIS for some time, before January of this year, and Glenn can help me with that, you will be migrated over. I'm sorry, Glenn?
It's Kathy. But they've logged on.
Jeff had us muted.
January 1st, 2011.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
January 1st, 2011. Thanks, guys. I told you I was going to need some help from everybody. Then you will be migrated over, and you will receive your username, and you will be given a password that you can reset. Many of you, especially in the region, already have what we call LAN IDs because you are already a part of the EPA network. There's a few contractors who also have those LAN IDs, and so that information will be also migrated over. And for regional folks, you'll be able to use your LAN IDs that you already have because you're already part of the WAM system. For external folks, which would be off-site contractors or state folks, you also will be migrated and receive that username and password. Again, I want to stress, though, if you've never accessed ISIS or you need to do it for the first time, you will have to go in and register and be approved. I also want to make clear that we still need your sensitive access forms as well as your rules of behavior form, which allow us to ensure that you'll comply with all the security measures that are put into ISIS.
Sharon, Sharon?
Go ahead.
We're being pushed out of this room. Jeff is going to go start up the call in my office, so hopefully the line won't get dropped.
Okay, well, Kathy and I will continue.
Glenn and Sharon, I also got a note. It was January 1st, 2012. So.
No, it's January 1st, 2011. I mean, Tiffany, that's the date you gave me. Is that right?
That's the date
Glenn, this is Amy. And remember, you tightened it to 2012. It was the last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Did somebody call Tiffany?
I'm going to be hanging up here.
Somebody asked for Tiffany?
Okay, Amy, what is it that you'd like to add?
Hello?
The leader has disconnected. The conference will be terminated in 2 minutes.
All right.
Hello, did somebody ask for Tiffany?
No, Amy, we're still on. Can you hear?
Hello?
For sure. Okay.
Hello?
I wanted to clarify that the people who haven't logged in the last 2 years are the ones who aren't going to migrate to their WAM IDs. For anyone who logs into ISIS or is a batch submitter, which is a different discussion, in the last 2 years, you're going to be using your WAM ID. So for EPA staff, that's your LAN ID. For people who are not EPA, if you've ever registered with the EPA portal, that's that portal ID. For people who have never done that, you're going to have one created for you, and it's going to be communicated to you prior to production so that you can set yourself up with your password and your user ID.
Thank you, Amy, and that may be confusing for some folks, so I didn't kind of want to go into so much detail, but what we'll do is we'll send out a fact sheet that will make it very clear, because we're using a lot of kind of technical terms that you guys may not be familiar with, like WAM and the portal.
When I started recording, that's when I actually entered the conference call that started at 2 o'clock.
To a couple of years ago, you were in
So
our
I didn't put any
collaboration
words in
suite, and
there.
your registration will look somewhat like that, but it can be confusing. So we're giving you guys a lot of information, but the bottom line is that we're moving over to a system that you guys have been asking for and will allow us to be a little more efficient with the password interface for ISIS and some of the other IT systems that we manage. Just a little bit about logistics. We are going to be deploying this new ISIS access feature in the test environment on July 2nd. Does somebody want to talk? Okay. And with that, we've identified, like we do always, a number of testers who will be initially testing that. That'll be followed up, and we will provide these dates again in an email out to everyone. That'll be followed up with our usual webinar because we want to show you what the changes are that you'll see. So we will be training all users July 23rd and July 24th. And we've got both morning time and afternoon time because we want to make sure that we get both the East and the West Coast. And then we'll have EPA UAT testing July 24th and the 25th. And we anticipate that we'll be implementing this new ISIS access management feature July 26th. So there's a lot to throw at you again, and I know that, and you guys probably have a lot of questions. But we're going to do a lot to hold your hands. We'll be sending out emails saying this is coming and putting a timeline so you know how many days we have left. We'll also be making it public exactly what this means for you, depending on if you're a state user, a contract user, or EPA user. And so a lot of this information will come to you via email, and we will be posting it. So I don't want you to worry. But if you do have questions, Kathy may have something to add because she's going to be doing the training. And if you have questions, please go ahead and let us know what those are.
No, we're putting the training together now, and of course we are looking for some volunteers. I don't know if James is still on how many we've gotten, but I think we could still use some more.
That's all I have.
For the volunteers, do they have the volunteer paychecks, which are the VPCs, so that way they're not feeling that they're just being used, because some of them may not have the funding to be capable to assist when they would like to?
I'm sorry, has somebody hijacked our meeting?
No, this is just Tiffany.
Okay, we don't know what those initials are.
Oh, they've been implemented in the system already, the VPCs. They're just volunteer paychecks.
Are you on the ISIS NIPTES call?
Yes. It just probably hasn't filtered down from the White House. Those were job creations.
Tiffany, I don't understand what you're saying either. Can you explain what that is?
Okay, the VPCs are just volunteer paychecks. It's just appreciation for assisting in what they were, whatever project or work environment they were going to be put in to volunteer for. So that way they're not using or coming out of pocket all the time. Because some people may just want to get out of the house to volunteer,
Tiffany,
just to be around and
sorry,
sociable.
you're on the wrong call.
I think you're on the wrong call.
No, I already implemented that in the government. I just wanted to let you all know now you have been verbally informed. Thank you. Have a nice day.